this is Dominic, wedding DJ.
And this is Serena, wedding planner.
And together we are the Wedding Duo. We are here to talk all things weddings.
Planning a wedding can be stressful, but we are here to help.
So before you say, that's it, we're going to Vegas, don't go to Vegas.
Let's have some fun.
Join us as we answer your wedding questions and help navigate planning one of the biggest days of your life with the Wedding Duo. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Wedding Duo podcast.
Here we are, and are we exhausted this week too?
Yeah, it was a fast weekend. We went back to San Antonio.
We did.
Or for actually a 20-year vow renewal, which was fabulous. Such a great couple. You know,
and it really, for me, I mean, I love all our couples and it's very moving to see them get married. But to watch, I worked with Heather, the bride, for over a year. And to watch her on this journey and to be so excited to be able to celebrate her 20 years of marriage with her husband. And she was just the whole way, she was like, I just want to celebrate him. He's been everything I ever dreamed. He's given me everything in life. And then when we finally got to the ceremony and she did her vows, I mean, I was crying. It was really just so touching and moving. And for us too, because we've been married 10 years now, We've got 10 more to go to meet them, but it was very special.
Well, it was similar too. Like we both had big weddings, not to each other.
No
scandal.
Yep.
But we've talked about trying to do that. Let's do the actual event. And very similar. They got married young.
Yep.
Had a baby. It was all shotgun bang. What's up with that? They was very much put the pedal down. Life just started without them really hang on, here we go. And then for them to actually circle back. And they did the whole thing. She had the dress and the cocktail dress, which was fabulous.
Oh my gosh.
And went down the aisle, ring exchange, vows. They wrote their own vows. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was great. I mean, if you didn't know they were not already married 20 years, you'd be just like, oh, they're so cute. They're finally getting married. Nope.
Also, she owns a CrossFit gym and this woman was in shape. I was so you wouldn't think she had been married 20 years.
We remember in her vows when she said, I'm just so excited for the next 20 years as we grow old. She goes, well, I'm not going to grow old. I'm still going to be doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And she had a bunch of CrossFit peeps from her gym there. They're all like, woo. And I'm like, oh yeah, gosh.
Yeah. So anyways, go check out our socials. You'll see a bunch of her wonderful DIY. I mean, she did so much with the Cricut. Her floral was just unreal. So yeah, check that out for inspiration because it was really fantastic.
And in her vows, she not only said that, but there was a Disney theme because she went down the aisle to the theme from Up. And in her vows, she said, I'll always be the Ellie to your Carl, which was very sweet. And then she said, I'll also be the Rachel to your Ross because they had all friends. They recreated Central Perk with the orange couch. It was pretty fantastic.
It was great. Well,
let's ask our guest. Did you watch Friends, Mark? Were you a Friends guy?
I did.
More Seinfeld?
Definitely more Friends.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that you guys don't think we're weird, we do have a guest here today,
just
and
talking.
Yeah, that was an awkward way to introduce him without letting people know.
Here.
Yeah, so we have a guest here today, and we're going to talk about a really great subject. We're going to talk about experiences at your wedding or event and how it's become really popular to prioritize having guest interaction. So not only thinking about the aesthetics, what everything looks like, but what are people going to do and how are they going to have fun, right? So
because it has evolved. Weddings have evolved. Just while we've been doing weddings, which has been a long time, but it's every year there's something new coming out. And the interaction with the guests, like you said, has evolved and people are always looking for the next thing. And hashtags were a thing, QR codes for a thing, but now apps are becoming a thing. Boom, Funktion. This is Mark Laurent, or if we pronounce it correctly, Mark Laurent, right?
That's right.
Tell us, Mark, how did this come to be, this fantastic app of yours?
Well, you guys are spot on, right? The way events are taking place now and the engagement, it's becoming such a thing. And when I was getting married, we wanted to do something a little different for our event, for our wedding. And the best that we could do, of course, it was a small event and we'd be approaching folks and engaging them directly one-on-one and so on. But to get everyone to collaborate with each other was something else. We were trying to figure out what can we do there? And the answer came when we started to think about the music experience that we were doing at our event. So we couldn't hire a DJ because we didn't have enough time to find one and curate. I know. If we had,
my pearls.
His heart is broken.
If we had known you, then easy answer, right?
Okay,
easy
nice,
solution.
nice recovery.
So what we ended up doing was, I'm by background, I'm a software developer. I am absolutely the nerd. And so what I came up with, and Bianca was so kind and amazing to just say, yeah, go for it, build it. I wrote this software where we set up iPads around the dance floor, and then everyone at the event could vote on which song played next. It was such a simple experience, but it brought such excitement and competitiveness out of so many people that it just resonated, right? And everyone still talks about that experience 12 years later. So just awesome that we were able to do that. And it kind of just planted the seed for what other types of engagement and collaborative experiences can we offer for people at events. And that's how we came up with the idea for Funktion.
It's interesting. And we've talked about this on previous episodes, but there's going to be a certain percentage of people at your wedding who don't know your fiance at all, right? Like probably a large percentage. Well, they've never met them. And so
you have some cousins coming that you better know them. Like, yeah, they know me.
Right. That you're at the obligated.
They gotta come. You gotta invite the cousins. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this kind of stuff, and we're going to talk about exactly what Funktion does and all the capabilities, but it can really kind of help people cross over into getting to know each other and also you as a couple too, right? There's a lot of features that will allow you to interact as guests and then get to know you as a now married couple.
For sure.
That's right.
So I want to kind of talk about, you did an event with Funktion.
I did.
Right?
This
recently.
is Funktion with a K because it's extra funky, which is very clever. So if you're searching for it, take that C out of there and replace it with the K.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is very clever, by the way. I'm impressed because sometimes I'm like, oh, I see what they went for, but meh. But that's really good. I really like it.
Yeah. So tell Dominic about the event and the feature for that event.
I could from a user perspective, but should Mark tell us about the thing? Because there's a lot, but okay, let's talk about the DJ part because that's the part you talked about. Because there's a lot that this app does, and we'll get into that. But the really unique one that I was just like, it does what? Like, so just like he described, now it's not, we didn't have it on iPads. Everyone had their phone. So they would scan a QR code on the cocktail table and they would, put in their name. And I put in the first one. It was kind of like putting a $1 bill in the tip jar. We talked about this, right? I put in Dancing Queen and I voted for it. And then everyone else, as I walked around, I'm like, hey, scan the QR code. You could pick a song, because it was during cocktail hour. So people have put in requests before, but like other people have had other ways. They emailed the bride or you put it on their RSVP. Hey, what song will you dance to? But this was like live, real time. You're there with your +1. Maybe it came to you, saw the invitation, maybe, I don't know. But everybody could have their phone and they were just like, and before I knew it, I started checking it. It was all these songs that were popping up.
Yeah.
And I know some of you were like, wait, what if they put the Cha-Cha Slide on there? And I would specifically told my DJ not to put that. Of course, it still had to go through my filter and my couple's filter. But how fun to like make a request before the part, like for me to like lean into the dance party to know exactly what the crowd's going to be digging, right? I mean, I applaud you, Mark. It was really, really clever. And you can vote for or against. So people are like, oh, I hate that song. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Pick your hate somewhere else, but for the good ones.
Is that one of the most popular, you think, features of where it was born out of, right? And tell us a little bit about using that feature at an event now what it looks like.
Right. So we've got the song requests module, or the experience, the song, I like to refer to them as experiences. So in editing, we can just whenever I'm referring to it. So the song requests experience that a guest or a host can interact with, it allows the guests to all participate and suggest songs, and the DJ or the band, if it's a band that's playing, they can monitor those lists of requests and choose which songs they're going to actually play. And what we've done in actually a release that we did just this past weekend, the DJ now has the option of indicating a response to each of those requests. So they can say, it's already been played, weren't you pinching, right?
Where were you?
Check mark. Yeah,
Yes,
where were you?
That happens. That happens a lot, actually.
That's from when we talked, you're suggesting, yeah, this is actually an important one. So then you can also say, okay, like great suggestion, right? And that just means like duly noted, it's on my list now. Or a no, we're not going to play that song, right? Like it's
right.
not on the list for the couple, right? Like we're
Yes.
just
And that could be a WAP, or that could be chicken dance. You're like, those are like, it could be like, absolutely not. Grandma's here. We're not playing
exactly
WAP.
exactly, not on the list. However, also there's an option where you as a DJ or a co-host, you can actually delete a song if someone requests a song that's maybe not PG or something and you don't want it on the list. You can delete it, and as the DJ, you'll see it still, but the guests will not see it. It gets removed from their list, so that can be helpful too. But
yeah, because that's definitely like something that the couples just want to have a little bit of their hand in, right? To know that they're not just going to be requesting everything and everything's going to get played. Yeah,
exactly, right. And the DJ also has the option to add like a little note in there for the guests when they're about to request a song. It'll show them the note that, can be custom written. That's like, hey, the requests, please limit them to this genre, or make sure to pick songs that, whatever. You can put whatever note you want in there for the guests to see.
That's so wonderful. And from a DJ perspective, Dominic, like, what does that do for you? Like you're very interactive just in general, but I know I think about DJs that are kind of just up there at their booth. Like this allows them a certain level of communication with their audience that they didn't really have before.
Well, there's not all, like with anything, right? Not all app creators are created equal. Not all planners and not all DJs are created. So you have to have a good DJ, or if you're DIYing DJ, it's like you have just a friend that's doing it. I mean, this could not be a better tool for them to be like, what should I play? Because that's a hard thing. That takes a long time in any industry, but in the DJ world to say like, what works? There's songs that I love that I never play at a wedding because they're just not, they don't work. Right. Or maybe they don't work for most crowds, but there's, but then you find that lane like, okay, if it's this kind of crowd, these are the songs I'll go to versus, this kind of crowd. But it would really help to be able to say, I don't know, what do y'all want to hear? And then here they tell you, right?
Yeah.
And you also have to have a DJ who maybe is experienced, but doesn't sit back there with arms crossed and pout like, no, I'm going to play my songs. And you're like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. It's not what I want to hear. It's what the crowd wants to hear.
Yeah.
I had a bartender recently. It's like, why do you always play September and Dancing Queen? I'm like, what do you think? I listen to the Wobble on the drive home? It's not what I want to hear. These are the timeless songs that have crossed over generations,
right? That
work for grandma, flower girl, and everybody in between. They all know those songs. And it's not just those songs, but those ones are almost always included. And people say, oh, well, not at my wedding. Okay, fine, then put it at your wedding. But I'm telling you, they work and they're really great. So it's almost like you got to check your ego at the door as a DJ.
True.
And say, what is going to get people's booties on the dance floor? And this is a great tool to like get in their head. Man, it's fun. So
one of the things, you're absolutely right, Dominic. And I think that one of the things that we felt very strongly about with this feature is that I think it can be used as a tool, even if you're a really good DJ like yourself, to know what the audience really wants to hear, even if you're skeptical, right? So someone might request one song, but then if 50 people vote for it, that might suggest that they really want to hear it, right? And I think that's the part where the traditional song request where someone either approaches the booth and yells, to the DJ, like, play this, or writes it on a list and then, drinks are splashing all over and so on. And the list, you just don't know how many people really want to hear that song. But with something like Funktion, you'd be able to have that, very clearly show the DJ, this one is really popular.
You know what else they do now? And this is relatively new, but I don't know if it's an app or if it's just somewhere you can type on your phone that's big, but they'll come up and they'll hold up their phone. Just this weekend, it was like, Bad Bunny. I go, okay, got it. But it's hard because I'm trying to yell over the speaker. I always wave them around back because they'll come up front and they're like, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, first they're going to lean on my facade and knock it into me and knock it. I'm like, just get it, come here. Yeah. But just because, I live my life standing between two speakers. I can't hear you. My ears are shot.
Yes. So. Let me attest to that.
But that's another great thing. It's just great communication. Some people are shy.
Sure.
And they will never ask for a song, even if there's one they're dying to hear.
Yep.
But if they're like, here you go, I'm handing you the opportunity. It's on their phone. They can do it anonymously. Yeah. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. Tell us, what else does Funktion do, Mark? It's so much.
There's so many things. Like we've just focused, we've like tipped the iceberg.
I mean, why not start with the DJ stuff, right?
I mean, it's one of the experiences that really resonates with folks. So I think it's a good place to start. But Funktion we're branding it as, and we're trying to get folks to understand that we're trying to evolve into an all-in-one stop, one-stop shop for event engagement, right, and collaboration. So we've got a very long list of different things that folks can do with Funktion. And we've implemented maybe 5% of that list, right? Wow. So we've got a lot of work to do. But we feel like what we've got so far really brings great engagement at events. So the next experience that I wanted to bring up is photo sharing, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's super straightforward and easy for anyone at the event to be able to upload as many photos as they want, and everyone else gets to see those photos. And at the end of the event, if the host chooses to allow it, everyone can download an archive of all of the photos from the event. So
great.
And there it is, right? That experience is out there, right? We've seen the QR codes and all those things, but that is exactly what couples are looking for, a place where the guests can, everyone has their phone, so they're going to be taking pictures throughout the event, but one spot to keep them all. And I think it will be important for a lot of couples that their guests also get access to them. Yeah, maybe not all of them, but that's just a fun way for them then to share them on Instagram later or whatever they want to do with those pictures.
Absolutely. Right. And there's so many different things that we're building into the experience, including, ratings and comments and all of this stuff that'll just make it just a rich experience for everyone to engage in. And I think it's important to note, by the way, for your listeners, that this entire experience, what we're doing, is without an app, right? Right. You don't have to download an app or register an account or anything like that. It's a web app. And you join it by scanning a QR code, or someone can share with you a link to join. And then you click into it and you're done. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And then you can participate right away. I think that's an important aspect of what Funktion.
Did I misspeak referring to it as an app?
Yes.
Or it still can be an app?
Well,
it's a non-downloadable app.
Well, that's the thing.
Our tech is not at your level, Mark. Sorry.
It's no, it's fine. I think that we can refer to it as an app, but I guess it's just not an app you download from your store, right? Like
right.
It's technically what folks refer to as a web app, but it's still an app. Come on.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that, because
I'm not all the way wrong.
Because honestly, the ease of use for some people is a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like they don't want a ton of hurdles to get to the experiences. They want it to be simple, because when you have your guest list, there's going to be, your friends who understand this type of stuff, but then there's also going to be your parents and your grandparents who it might be challenging for if there's a lot of, data entry that you have to do to get to the actual experience.
Well, let's talk about that, because at the last event when I worked with Funktion, which was fantastic, phenomenal, I literally went around during cocktail hour, which I do that a lot anyway, because one of the things I tell people is like, hey, we're going to be opening the doors in about a half hour. Do you know your seat yet? And they go, no. I go, well, go over and look at the seating chart now, because when we open the doors, there's going to be a long line of people, and grandma's going to be there with their spectacles on going like, where am I? And everyone else is like trying to get in the room. And that can be a real bottleneck, right? So I was telling people, I go, you can either go and stand in line over there at the seating chart, or scan this app. It'll come on your phone. You'll look right there. Boom. Seating chart. That is a huge thing that is such a second only to the DJ thing for me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I was telling people at the table, I'm like, come on. I know, grandma, grab your phone. I know you have a phone, scan it. Come on, you can do this, And the little cousin was there next to him, like, come here, grandma, I'll help, So it was really cute.
Yeah.
Interaction. I gave him something, if people are still meeting people or whatever like that, but it was like, scan it. And then I said, look, a Dancing Queen was already in there. Vote for that or vote against it. Put a song in. But the main thing was to streamline the event. People could go right in the room through any of the doors, as opposed to just the one that everybody was going to be like trying to get through to see their seat.
Yeah.
Right.
So tell us about that portion, Mark, the seating chart.
Yeah. So yeah, the table assignments or seating assignments, seating chart, right. It's just a very, very simple experience where you can type in your name and it'll tell you what table you're at. And that's it.
There
it's
you go.
Super straightforward.
Yeah.
And it just gives that seamless experience that folks can have. You walk into the event and you can sign into Funktion very quickly, and then you can find where you're sitting. You can see what's going on. But also, it's an important. Funktion is not designed to be an app or an experience that people are focused on throughout the entire event, right? We don't want folks to just be zoned out and focused only on their phones. And so that's our whole focus is each of the experiences that are enabled. We really want folks to be in there for a couple minutes and then get back to the event, get back to having fun with the people around you.
Yeah. And so the simplicity there, I think, is crucial. And you guys really have thought of that, right? Like it's not going to be something challenging to use or, overly, just confusing once you're in there. So if they do get a chance to scan it and they just look real quick for their table number, then they can go take a seat and talk to the people at the table.
Yeah. And even with the dancing part, like during cocktail hour and during dinner, a lot of people made requests, but once we opened the dance floor, they were dancing. They weren't on their phone as much, which was good. So it was like as I was interacting with them, over the mic, I'm like, okay, this was the number one requested song by all of you. And I went into it. That's the part of me. I love to have something to just say on the mic, surprise, surprise. But also just interact with and let them know, okay, I know y'all been waiting for this one. Here it is. And it was Dancing Queen. Thank you very much.
They requested it?
No, I requested it, but it was the number one voted.
You requested your own.
But it was also when they all logged on, maybe they saw it and they'd be like, oh, Dancing Queen, boom. Maybe that's.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's just make
$1 in the tip jar.
Let's just make the statement here that all the people out there that talk about that song being cliche, there you go. It was on the list and people still voted to hear it. So that's why the wedding DJs play those songs, guys. That's why they're popular. So
100%.
I do not have it on any of my personal playlists because I hear it plenty. But
awesome.
Did you have it at your wedding? Wait, let's get that out of the way, Mark.
We must have, right? It was that we did even have Electric Slide in there. There were some some oldie goodie songs in there for sure.
How's your wobble? Strong?
My personal wobble is a little weak, but my wife's wobble is good. she's a dance floor queen. She's amazing on the dance floor. I try to keep up. That's all.
That's all. But that's all we ask for, really. As females, as long as you're trying, right? That goes a long way.
I said all the time, I've never been a drinker, but I've always loved to dance and I love music. So when I was in the Army, we'd all go out as a group. There were 12 lieutenants and we'd all go out together. They would all go straight to the bar and drop anchor there. And I'm like, well, guess where all the girls are? On the dance floor. That's where I'll be. And then they would all ride my coattails to try to come into the group. I go, I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. But it wasn't even I was trying. I just wanted to dance. I'm not, I didn't want to sit at the bar. I talked to you guys all week. Why would I want to talk to you more?
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
that's a tangent. But we do appreciate the Dominics of the world being at the event, right? You do need those
100%.
guests that do enjoy the party portion so that everyone else is well, look at them being an idiot. I can do that, right?
I think there's a couples or a small group, a friend group, whatever, that just literally were on the dance floor from get to end, from start to end. I will go out at the end and be like, and the couple sometimes are there. I'm like, thank you for bringing these people. Thank you for inviting them because I could build the dance floor on this couple or these 4 people, right? And they were like, woo. And I'm like, let's go. High fives. DJs appreciate you.
Yep. That's the fantastic part of it. Okay. So there's more. There's more Function.
Let's hear more things.
There's more Function, right?
There is more. I mean, there are so many different ways of offering the engagement and collaboration. So a couple features that are important to note though also is that the ability for a host to post announcements, right? Hey, the shuttles are departing at, X time, or hey, the bar is doing its last call or whatever.
Yeah.
These are things that you can do without having to take a microphone and make the announcement, right?
Exactly. Quick, just think about that feature if you don't have a professional MC, right? I just want our listeners to think through that, right? Because if you don't have someone comfortable on the mic who's part of the event and understands the timeline, you can put this into, the app. I keep calling it app. Sorry, Mark, but I don't know what else to call it.
It's okay.
into Funktion.
Yeah.
And then, you don't have to worry about it. You know that your guests are going to get notified and that's going to be super helpful.
Even if you do have a professional MC, this past weekend, when I'm making announcements late in the night, It is loud. I mean, I don't turn the music all the way off to make an announcement. I play it before it hits the post. That's DJ talk there. The post is when the beat drops or when like you're trying to lean into it.
Okay.
You'll hear the radio DJ where they talk, and then this lyrics start. Hit the post. That's what it's called. Anyway.
Fun fact.
But they put out the caterer we worked with. We were back in San Antonio. We know them really well. Smoke in the Hills. Shout out. They were fantastic. They did a pretzel bar, like really big, delicious pretzel bars with these sauces. And there's this one cinnamon butter. Oh, it's so good. I wanted to go get a second.
So hungry now. Thank
pretzel
you.
Because I wanted but there was chocolate and something else. But I made the announcement and like a few people went over, but if you're talking or whatever, like you may not even hear it. And again, I make that announcement like the photo booth has 30 minutes left.
Right.
Hey, make sure you take a picture, upload a picture. Any of those little tidbits over the course of the night when they glance at their phone, like, oh yeah, hey, take a selfie and upload it to Funktion. That's fantastic. So it can be in addition to a good MC.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're setting it up so that you can schedule announcements so that they can happen automatically, or you can trigger them at any time. We also have co-hosts enabled. So if the couple are the primary host, but then they can add a bridesmaid or a DJ or a best man to be also a co-host so that they can trigger activity and functionality within Funktion as well. So, but yeah, we've got so many other features that, we're doing RSVP and guest, like the guest book as well. We're doing something so that folks can sign a guest book at an event.
You alluded to something just there that I want to kind of hit on, is that's not just the ease of use for the guest, but for the bride. Let's talk. That's usually the bride that's doing all this front loading stuff. Putting in the table numbers, super easy. And then once it's ready to go and you start the event, it's not like the bride has to keep updating things.
Right. Like they don't want to have their phone.
They don't. They don't usually have it in their phone. They're not. If the dress has pockets, which that's a whole thing, right? But I doubt most brides don't have their phone on them. Maybe it's sitting at the sweetheart table, but they're mingling, they're talking, they're catching up. It's not like you have to constantly be doing it. It's nice when you have a co-host. Like I was looking at it, but I wanted to know what songs people were requesting and stuff. But I'm focused. I'm on the clock. Of course, that's something if the bride wants me to do it. As a co-host, I can do that for sure. Best man, maid of honor, they can check it and reply to people. But it's set up. It go, put the phone down and you move on with your day. So it's not something that you have to monitor.
Absolutely.
Right. That's a good point.
It's great. It was great.
100%.
Yeah, because that's going to be a thing for brides. They're going to want to set it up beforehand. Obviously, that's what they do. And then, have everyone use it.
And also, by popular request, you can also schedule the event to start automatically. So, thanks, Dominic, for that suggestion.
Well, it is. It's true because there's so much going on the week of the wedding, right? Yeah. Like, you just want to be able to know that it's taken care of and that it's going to work seamlessly. So that is a great feature.
Bride brain is a thing. Like, it just gets close and it's just like, it just starts sloshing around in between your ears. You're like, I can't even think. I mean, I've had brides that are just like, I'm like, just sit there. You look pretty. We'll tell you where to, it's really like, it's just your brain just isn't like, you forget something and you want to do all that effort. And then, I forgot to start it. I mean, your guest would let you know, but it's a thing. Like, it's a really simple thing.
Absolutely.
I love tell us about like the trivia or like the question, like the voting kind of poll feature too. Yeah. That's really fun.
So we have a game for trivia where you can, it's a moderated experience right now where the host can configure custom questions and start rounds that have questions lined up, and you kind of have a moderated experience for trivia, which is a fun game to play anywhere. And then there's a separate experience, which is ask/polling, which is an experience where the host or co-hosts are able to post a question that all of the guests get presented with at the same time. They can answer those questions and submit the response, and the host is able to see those answers come in real time. They can see, if what's your preferred genre? What genre of music do you want to hear next? Or, of these 4 artists, which one was your favorite, right? Or you can ask any question you want and you'll just see those responses come in real time. So that's also fun depending on, what you're doing at your event. You can just ask any question.
Yeah. I mean, this like when you start talking about it and really understanding all that it does, it's a whole like experience. Like ecosystem for your event, whole platform, so that you can communicate with guests, you can communicate information that you need with your vendors even. I know you mentioned too on previous calls with us, they do have the ability to like showcase folks, right? Like
that's right.
You guys know there's wedding websites, and when couples are doing their wedding website, a lot of times they'll do a photo of the people in the wedding party and a little blurb about them, right? But Funktion allows you to do that on the platform, and you could even feature your vendors. Like I've seen people do that before too, right?
Dogs.
Your dog.
That's right.
If your dogs can't be there.
Yes, the
That's
dogs.
right.
We know the dogs or the cats.
That's right. The learn more about module. That's what we called it, where you can basically pick anything on earth that you want to offer for your guests to learn more about. It could even have like your menu on there. It could have information about the venue space that you're in. If there's some historical details you want everyone to know about, timeline of the event. Although we're planning a timeline experience where you can actually have more detail of, more structured timeline, but
of course you are.
Exactly. It's one of the remaining 90% of our roadmap that we're trying to do. But this learn more about experience is something that's just so simple that you can put in any details, a photo and a description, and then links as well. So URLs, email addresses, social media links, and so on. Yeah.
You know what it's like, Mark? It's almost like this is one of the 3 big things that people are on the fence about, right? Programs. Like the other two are kids going to be at the wedding? Are you doing favors? And then programs. Like people are like, it's a waste of money, but like, oh, it's cute. I love it. What a great idea. For the most part, people like to know what's going on, right? They like to know the menu. They like to know a thank you from the couple, whatever it is, who's in the party. And then a timeline. It's almost like if you're on the fence about doing a program, it can all be in Funktion as well. So it's almost like it's a virtual program for your guest. And you can also upload photos. You can also request songs. You can also learn about the couple. I mean, all the things. It's like, it is such a cool, unique thing that kind of encompasses a lot of the things that people want to do. It can all be right there in your phone. And they're going to have their phone.
I mean, this is just like where we've been headed, I think, with like event management, honestly. Like there's been pieces from what I've seen of what you've discussed today, but I've not encountered a platform that encompasses everything that Funktion can do.
And there's Mark at the helm. Yeah, let's go.
Or trying. Yeah. It's the whole idea, yes, as an all-in-one platform. Like there are opportunities for corporate events and so on. If you have a really big budget, you can get something like this sort of that does the things that you need for your event. But what we're focusing on is these private events, which are, lower budget than a corporate event, where we want to offer something where instead of getting 4 different apps to do these different things, why not use one and, offer hopefully a decent experience for everyone that is easy to use, like you've mentioned, and offers all these different fun ways to collaborate and engage with each other.
Wait, there's one more. I remembered, Mark.
Yeah.
What about the crowdfunding? Like because that's a thing. That's such a thing. I just had a conversation with one of my couples. They were trying to figure out how to get like a honeymoon fund going, right? Like, so tell us about that piece.
Yeah. So for my wedding, we also, crowdfunded with checks, right? For our honeymoon. But it made me think also, and what we've released with Funktion is that you're able to have your guests all contribute to a digital crowdfund experience. So everyone can, as a host, you're able to configure as many crowdfund goals as you would like. It could be, a charity fundraise, or it could be for your honeymoon, or it could be to help pay for the event, or whatever it is that you're needing to crowdfund for. And everyone is presented with the option of contributing to it. You can make your goal known. Hey, we're trying to reach $2,000, or you can make it unknown. You can make contributions public or private, right? Like there's all these different ways of making sure that it's not, it's configurable to the experience that you're trying to do. So it's a really easy way to get everyone to be able to contribute funds. You could even use it for raising funds for the wait staff, right? You could,
Right.
you could. So whatever the need is for the crowdfunding, you can use Funktion for that.
You know what the YouTubers would do is I worked with this videographer, and his side gig was he would go to haunted houses and go live, and he would say, hey, whoever like kicks in this much will this, can decide whether I go to the attic or the cellar. And he was in the haunted house and he was doing like ghost hunting. I'm like, that's your main gig? And YouTube, and he would get paid well. And people would kick in, I'll pay $10. I want you to go to the cellar. Right. But you could put that into the wedding and say like, hey, $20 to get the father of the bride to do the worm or whatever. Right. Like, or the groom, who wants the groom on the dance floor? Would we hit $50? We're going to get the groom off the bar, away from the cigar bar or whatever, and get out there and do the wobble. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
But that would be, I could totally see the crowd be like, heck yeah, I want to see Uncle Tom do the worm, right? Like,
absolutely. I think that you're highlighting something that I'm really excited about with Funktion. And it's just with these types of with this all-in-one solution, we have no idea how different experiences will be mixed and matched to bring out the best type of experience for what's happening, in real life, right? This is a digital thin layer that will wrap around a real event in place. And we're excited to see how people use it.
We are so excited. We're using it again this weekend.
Yeah.
So
St. Louis.
We're going to, report back on our socials. Mark, is there anything else you want to add about Funktion that we haven't touched on that, viewers might want to know about or, make sure that we express to them?
Take the next 45 minutes. Go.
Well, all right, here we go. No, I think that we're just getting started, right? And we have a really exciting roadmap. We're wanting to bring more fun experiences, in particular, games and other engaging ways of getting everyone at your event, regardless of age group and technology savviness and so on, to get everyone involved and collaborating at the event. And, if anyone has feature requests or if they have feedback for us or would like to partner with us in any way, we're happy to do that. And for your first time using Funktion, if you need any help with getting set up, I'm happy to be contacted and reached out to. You can check out our website and contact us that way. But we're just really excited about what Funktion can bring to you guys. And we're excited to hear how you guys use it.
And what is that website?
The website is usefunction.com. That's
perfect.
usefunktion.com.
And we will also be sure to put a link in the show notes. There'll be a code there for you guys that you can use if you sign up for Funktion through our specific code. So it'll be easy to get there and get started with it. What else do we have for today? I think this has been so exciting for us to go on this journey kind of with you too, Mark, like start our couples out using it.
It's been
and last time I used it, it was great and exciting. It was like, ooh, like now I've got some traction. Oh, it's going to be, I'm excited for this weekend too.
Awesome. Yeah. And we're excited for you to give us more updates and feedback from this coming event, because, we won't have guest book released yet, but it'll be something that we're going to put out in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, it's exciting. We're excited.
Yeah. Well, we'll have weddings coming up we can use it at. So we'll report back on all of that. So thank you so much, Mark, for joining us. We are going to end the episode the way we always do.
It is your day. Don't let somebody talk you into something you don't want to do or talk you out of something you have your heart set on. Just do it your way, including Funktion. You can do all the things you want. You don't have to do the guest book if you don't want to.
Yep. Just pick the ones you like.
Absolutely.
All right. And we will see you all next time. Happy wedding planning, y'all. Join us with the kiss here, Mark.
Mark, there we go. We're going to blow a kiss.
Ready?
Mwah.
Mwah.
Hey, so thanks for listening to our podcast. If you found any of this information helpful and you know someone who may be engaged or is a maid of honor, maybe you could tell them and share it with a friend.
Absolutely. So screenshot this episode, share it on Instagram, on Facebook, and tag the wedding duo. We promise to share the love back. Also, If you are interested in more resources or the show notes, you can go to theweddingduo.co. We have one-on-one virtual sessions, a shop, all sorts of fun stuff. Check it out.